Hello there, my name's Keith Porter, President of the Dudley District Homing Society. Alongside of me is my good friend Mazit Ali, who flies in the club. Just to say how the club flies, we have some excellent fanciers who can hold their head up anywhere. Typical example, 2 years ago, two of our members moved to a neighbouring club. A strong club, may I say. One of them was the highest prize winner, the other one was the runner-up highest prize winner. And this is not with any duplication. We can't duplicate birds into club other than the championship races, which we only have 6 a year.
Yes.
Another one reflect, Mazza and another member went to fly with another neighbouring club, and this happened as well. Maz was highest prize winner and the other member runner-up highest prize winner. So it just shows they can hold their own where they are. The 3 members that did fly with other clubs was also the 3 highest members in our club. The highest member in our club picking up just short of £2,000 in prize money and nominations.
To add to that, I think even John Ross and Matt Nelson was flying in another club also.
Exactly. John Ross and Matt was the 2 that flew in the club, where one was the highest prize winner and one was runner-up highest prize winner.
Yeah.
As well as flying in our club. When I say no duplication, in some clubs you can duplicate from one club to another. We don't allow that only in championship races, as I've said. So the lads have to split the teams up. When you're sending all your birds to one club, you have a 100% chance of taking a prize. Once you start flying in 2 clubs and you split your teams up, the percentage comes down to 50% in each club. So it just shows the strength of the members that was doing it.
True. Yeah, I know I rang Keith yesterday. I told him, look, I've got a few announcements to make. And thank you very much, Keith, for giving us that time and letting us come down to announce what we have to say and hopefully get going.
No problem.
And I've been racing now for what, 4 to 5 years? Or
this will be a 5th year, Maz, yeah.
5th year racing, yeah. And I can remember the first time you came to my loft, what were you thinking then, and what was the advice you gave us?
When you rang me up and asked if you could become a member of the club, obviously we have to inspect where you're flying and what you're flying to. I did this, and to be quite honest, Maz, when I came to where you lived and saw the little loft in the back garden, I thought you were on a wing and a prayer. I didn't think you had a chance.
Yeah, you did. A few people did say that after they seen the results, because I could still remember when I was racing that year, I was 1 hour behind everybody.
Exactly.
And it was every race. And I was thinking to myself, what's going on here? And they were the same pigeons.
The best thing you did was when you moved to your brother's property and put the proper lofts up and everything, and then really got in.
Where my brother is, that's where all the members are in the club.
Exactly. And you really got into the sport. Yeah, you really got into the sport then, and you've flown very well since. You've flown exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Being highest prize winner in our club and in neighbouring clubs, as I've said.
True. Yeah, I've got to give credit to the members that we've got very strong competition. And they've proven it by going and becoming highest prize winners, runner-up prize winners in other clubs also.
Exactly, yeah.
And it is easy said, but it's very hard done.
We have a very strong federation, and our members have held their head up in those as well. In fact, this year, Maz had the highest velocity from the complete liberation of over 600 pigeons.
Yeah.
John Ross has actually topped the federation.
Yeah.
And Matty has been well up. I do believe he has topped it on occasion.
He has, I think last year or something, the year before.
Yeah.
But he's always there, very consistent.
I think that's the strength of the members in our club, when they can go to other clubs and do it there as well.
Yeah. And the whole reason of letting everybody know about the competition and our club members. And just before we move on, coming on to John Ross, I've got to give him credit for this, because it took him 25 years to join this Dudley Hill Club.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show how much of a strong member he must have been. Because when he told me, I was like, I'm laughing now, because I'm remembering the moment when he told me, and I thought, what is this guy saying? It took him 25 years to join the club. And then he said, ask Keith. So John was there and Keith was there. And I asked Keith in front of John, I said, Keith, did it take John Ross 25 years to join the club? And he said, unfortunately, yeah, because obviously he's a strong competitive member.
One of the reasons for that was that when I first started flying in the Dudley Hill Club, it was the Dudley Hill Invitation Club. The person could only join if they got invited to join.
Right.
John, on numerous occasions, asked if he could join, and he couldn't join. We then changed the name to the Dudley Hill and District Homing Society,
Right.
where members can apply, and John got in then. And he excelled. John's always flown well in the Idle Club. His
Right.
father, the Flowers Ross brothers, Tommy, and his father, Jimmy, exceptional fanciers themselves.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's there, it's been in him for years and years and years with John.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the whole point of mentioning how good the competition is because one of the announcements I've got to make is that I'm going to have a entire clearance sale of my old bird race team. Everything that I've been racing for the last 3 years, 4 years, they'll all be in an auction alongside other pigeons that are not in the race team, siblings or close relatives to the chimney pot family. Because I've not really, majority of them pigeons, I stocked them in 2024. So in 2024, about 10 of my main pigeons that were racing, like chimney pot and her brothers, all the cousins, they were my main lines. And don't get me wrong, all these pigeons were coming with them on the landing board together, as you can remember.
The chimney pot hen stands out.
Yeah.
You're an exceptional exceptional flyer. The only problem she had, she used to come and she'd lead the way and she'd land on the chimney pot, and
Yeah.
she wouldn't move till another pigeon come.
Yeah, right.
And
That's
this
it.
happened on numerous occasions. Or
And
she-
every time it happened, I thought I've lost by a country mile. So I used to send my brother to the club instead, thinking, I know the result. Because I can remember telling you, sometimes he used to be on the roof for 6 minutes, 5 minutes,
yep.
7 minutes. I've told my brother, we've got no chance. And when I used to see the result, first 2 or 4, whatever the result was, but I used to be like stunned, thinking how she got that far ahead.
Well, not only was she an outstanding flyer, she's produced it in the stock loft.
Yeah, definitely.
Numerous children off her, both cocks and hens, have flown well and excelled.
The good thing about that line of pigeons that I've got, all the brothers and sisters are doing it.
Yep.
That's why, direct children to the parents of chimney pot, and I try not to put them in my race team. They just left them mature, and I put them back into my own stock loft, because what you got to bear in mind, I've only just started.
The producing.
And fair enough, all these results and limelight might have come a lot quicker than I thought, but I don't really want to go out there and try to buy new lines when I've got birds that are winning in my race team. So what I did was I decided to put them back into the stock loft in 2024 and build a family around them. And that's what I've been doing now. But I've always been going out there trying to find something to introduce back into the race team or stock team, but it's very difficult because what do you do or what do you look? Feedback, results, location, and a lot of the pigeons that are always getting advertised are by merchants, people trying to sell pigeons. So when you're looking for a pigeon, it's them same lines of pigeons always coming up, but that's because then people are always uploading them, trying to get them out there. But that's another reason, another announcement that we want to make. Eventually we'll come to that. But the first thing is that I'll have an entire clearance sale of my old bird race team, and I'll be pulling some of the siblings that I've put into stock loft already to go into the auction, because it's my first ever auction. And I have always sold pigeons, and people know I'm not cheap as well. But I have looked after a lot of fancies as well. So I can say that on live because I have done that. So
Well, you did that this year when the young lad joined, never flown pigeons before. You were the first to say that you were breeding youngsters.
yeah, I've always done that. Even like that Michelle Oddy when he joined.
Yep.
Yeah, I like to go out my way and help them, because I can remember when I first started, people did help me out, but I had like a setback. I put all pigeons together and they got like a virus, can you remember?
Yep.
And I didn't know what would happen. And I've kept pigeons all my life, don't get me wrong, but with the races, it was a different kettle of fish, because they do get poorly. And with the rollers, they never used to get these type of ailments.
Well, they were never in company of other pigeons, Maz. One of the biggest problems is when birds go up to the races, they're all with different pigeons, and if there's anything wrong with any, that's where the
Yeah. So for me, it was like a new learning curve.
Yeah.
Like the first time I ever got young bird sickness, I was thinking I've kept pigeons all my life. I've never seen this illness, because my roller pigeons never used to get that.
No.
That was like, so it was a new experience to me. So I was like hitting a brick wall, thinking, what's happening here? And then I become used to it over time, thinking, hang on, when the birds are not responding and they're on the roof, you're thinking, you know what, something's either coming or young bird sickness is on the way. But like Keith said, I have come a long way, and I have been trying, and I'm still learning, and hopefully I will get a lot better, and I'm trying to improve. That's why I put them pigeons into the stock loft in 2024. And even after that, the birds still performed and lived up to the names. And what I'm doing now is I've decided to have an entire clearance sale of the old bird team. Reason being because I want all the merchants and studs and the breeders out there, hopefully, to after hearing what Keith's got to say about the members and how strong the competition is, like in the most respectful manner, I hope they send birds down our areas to get them tested, and actually not get them tested, but prove that they're actually really good birds, because anything can win in a good location.
Yeah.
The birds don't need to be really good to win in good locations, and sadly, not just other merchants out there. It's like a common thing. A lot of fanciers want the pigeons to go in good locations so they can get feedback, results, and it builds their own portfolio up and everything. But what you got to think about is the person who's actually going to you to buy a pigeon, and if he's paying X amount of money, and a lot of them are above the age where a lot of them can't even really afford that type of money, but they still, when it comes to pigeons, they find some sort of sources to get that money together and buy the pigeon, because it's the love of the sport. They're trying to improve, and sadly, when they're buying a bird that's been winning in good locations, they're not breeding much winners out of them, which is another reason why we're having a lot of losses. Do you get me? So in a way, I want to take that limelight away from all these merchants and breeders and studs. Even myself, my birds and everybody else's birds, the birds have to prove that they can win. The only best breeders to buy in and try are winners, and birds that are winning, not in just one location, but in every location. And that's how you know you stand a good chance. Because here in Bradford, how I see it is our birds have got to come into the middle. Not every bird, certain pigeons in certain areas that are used to certain what is called landscapes cannot fly in our areas, because I'll let Keith add to that why it's a bit hard to fly into Bradford.
Well, you've got your lofts in Bradford. We've nine clubs in Bradford fly with our federation. Obviously, you've got lofts on the east, you've got lofts on the west, and it's all governed by your weathers, your winds, your prevailing winds, the southwest winds, which gives an advantage to birds on the east side, and then you'll get an east wind, which gives the advantage to birds on the west side. And this is what you have to put up with. And also hills, don't forget, we're a hilly country. When they're coming up through valleys and hills.
Yeah, it's not easy, it's very difficult.
No.
And especially when it comes to young birds, because they can be followers. And if you do have any clashing, it's the last thing you want. And it is very hard, because even like myself, no matter how well bred my birds are, I still go through losses. No matter what we try. But the thing is, it's just the way things are now. A lot more maybe peregrines out there, a lot more wires or G5 or whatever it is. We still need to get to the bottom of it, what's actually causing all these losses.
Yeah.
I don't like to blame these people on the transport, because they're trying their best to have a good race. And if it turns out a bad race, you can't say it's their fault. Because once the birds, how I see it, once the birds are in the sky, it's up to them to get home. And we've put all our work in, training, effort to get them in. And that's how it is.
There's numerous reasons why you lose your pigeons. Obviously, one of the big problems is the hawks, the peregrines and such like. But you've also to remember all the wires that's about when the birds are coming home. Pigeon can go down, you think you've lost it. It's hit wires, it's down, you've had it. That's one of the reasons.
And some of the reasons could be yourself. Like that other day, my first training chuck, when I lost some pigeons, put the birds in the basket. I thought I'd leave them in there for about 3 hours, let them settle down. First ever training chuck. I took them only 5 miles, and prior to that they were going ranging an hour and a half, 2 hours, bouncing, like what you say, or tearing the skies out. I thought, yeah, they're ready for this, so I took them. And then when I've got to the birds after 3 hours, I thought, hey, has somebody been feeding these birds? So I checked the crops. I thought, what's this? And I could tell there was a bit of shavings in the crops. I thought, what have they done? So I thought, you know what, I'm taking these. Like when you just get a bit frustrated thinking what are the birds doing after all this time and effort we put into them. So I took them there, and by the time we got there, there's a bit more in them, so I knocked them out anyway, and I dropped pigeons. But what I should have done was, like now I'm looking at the middle where I went wrong, and where I went wrong was I even got told not to take them. But when you think you know it all, or whatever goes in your mind, and you be a bit frustrated, you make wrong decisions. Yep. So sometimes it's not the birds, it could even be the fancier. So I put down that mistake down to myself. So you live and learn. You're always learning, and that's all it is. That's the pigeon sport is, and you got to enjoy it as it is.
The sport, yeah.
Yeah. Now, coming on to the second thing is obviously everybody knows that ever since I've been racing, they've all been thinking, yeah, he's been flying on his own herbs and his own products and everything. So, yeah, the rumours have always been true. I have always said, yeah, I have flown on my own products. And for the last year and a half, I have been letting my products go out to certain fanciers or whoever wants them, like friends and friends of friends. And touch wood, I've always had the best of feedback. And these are my products. I want eventually, not eventually, this is the whole purpose of making one of the videos is we want to launch these products and make them available to everybody. And if you can bring the camera close and zoom into the products. And these are the products, as you can see. That's Sprint Powerhouse. I give this to my birds every Thursday, every Friday before the race. And it will not dehydrate the pigeons. There's no chemicals in all my 4 products. There's no chemicals in them. On a Thursday, they'll also get Turbo Max Sprint under the corn with that on a Friday. On a Saturday, on the day of return, they get that avian shield. That's like a natural antibiotic, and it actually is. It does as it says on the label. This is Peak Performance Tonic. They get this on a Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on how the birds are and what they're doing. And what this does as a combo of 4, it just keeps the birds as healthy as possible. And the performance, I don't like to really talk about my own performance. Keith already mentioned, and I put it down to my products and the pigeons, because no product can make a normal average pigeon win a race, especially in the area we're located in. The birds need to be good, and the products need to be a bit better than everybody else. So you've got that edge. And this is that edge that I've had on everybody else. And I just want to bring it onto the market. A few members, like, I don't know if they're happy with me mentioning the names or not, but I've not asked them, so I won't mention the names. But when they see the video, hopefully it'll be nice if they give a comment underneath and what they think of the products that they have used. Like George Pearson, I can't mention his name because I just spoke to him today. And 3 days ago, like them birds that I was telling you that were lost, he reported one of my pigeons, so he brought the bird back. George Pearson from Leeds, you know what I'm on about, Keith?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Senior Vice President of the Federation.
Right, yeah, so he's come down and he's dropped off my bird, and as a thank you, I think it was Sprint Powerhouse and Turbo Max Sprint in my vehicle, like my own, just like a bit left. So I just gave him it. And it's only been 3 days, and he's rang me today and he said the birds have got a lot more vigour in them. They're flying a lot stronger, and he's already ordered 2 of them. So I was like a bit pleased. And one thing I will say is this product here on its own is £35. This is £30. This is £30, and that's £30. And no way I'm going to sell my products cheaper than other products on the market when they're not even doing or showing half the signs of results what my products are showing. And the offer I will do for all the members in Dewsbury Fed, all 4 products work out to be £125, so I could give them it at £110 for all 4 products for the first time. And anybody in my federation who doesn't see a difference or result within a week or 2, normally it's 3 days or next day, but some fanciers might not have that vision to see a difference, so we'll give them a week or 2. They don't see a difference, they can come back and I'll give them the money back. That's how good my products are. My products are going with my name and reputation.
Yep.
And the only reason I'm putting them onto this market is because I know the potential and what it is, and it will go a long way for myself and my family. And I love pigeons. We keep pigeons, we fly pigeons. I want to build like a work environment around my pigeons. So you do what you're good at, and this is what I've always done. And some members, there's a lad in Barnsley, I don't know if, hopefully he does put a comment on. He used, I think, this one, and he took first 4 fed. He gave a bit to another lad, I don't know what it's called, they'll confirm it underneath the video, hopefully, when they do. I think, I don't know what his name is now. Because obviously we don't write things down, you see, because there's that much feedback and information coming. We don't really writing things down because we're just happy they're telling us and that they're doing well. That's it. And that's all we want. When you're selling a product, like my products here, they're on the market now for everyone and anyone. And I'm not here just to take your money. Like I said, I can only give this offer to the lads in Dewsbury Fed because I know them and I know they won't go below the belt to take advantage of me, because I know otherwise I would have done it for anyone in the country. But then I'd be coming across so many people that would be saying, no, it's not working, and I'd be giving money back to everyone.
Yeah.
And then they'd be sending somebody else to buy it again. So it's a vicious cycle we're in at the same time. But at the same time, just to be careful, that offers only for the Dewsbury Fair members. They pay £110 for all four, although they were at £125, just to launch it. And anyone who doesn't see a difference within a week or two, they could come back and I'll give them the money back for all four of the products in Dewsbury Fed. That's how much I rate these products. And my name's going with these products. And the product I love the most is this Sprint Powerhouse. Before I was even selling it, I was giving people this same amount, and they gave me £60 and £70 for it when I was not selling it, Keith. Yeah, because they've seen that much of an impact and difference in the birds.
Yeah.
And obviously when I was sending it out to them, Royal Mail, they were charging me £10-15 because of its weight. But now we've got like a contract with another firm where we're going to be frequent senders, so they're going to give us better prices. So anybody from the rest of the country wants to order it, they could get in touch with myself. My name is Masih Ali, but my Facebook profile is under the name of Masood Ali. And by the time hopefully this video comes on, I'll have a proper page just for these products. And if they come forward, can you get that website in? If you could take them details down from the website, I've got a website as well with all the information of all the products. And my details are all on there, so they could either contact me through email, mobile, or however they feel. And then hopefully we could take it from there. So that's that done. And hopefully now, after me having the entire clearances of my old birds, also launching my products, what I've been racing on myself for the last 4 years, for all, going back to what we were talking about earlier on, all them breeders and merchants and all them people that are trying to push their pigeons out there, even myself included, they're all invited to send the pigeons down here in Bradford. We've mentioned names here like Matt Nelson, John Ross, Stuart Turner in Idle, another good flyer. He got 6 first or 5 first last year just with young birds only. And the lads down there, they're all trying to build a team yet. So now's the right time if they really want to get the birds recognised. And that way we'll all know where the good birds are.
Yep. True, mate.
Because don't get me wrong, I'm not disrespecting any of the studs. I've got a lot of love for them, a lot of respect for them. They've been in the game a lot more years than me. And sometimes I wish I'd love to have birds like theirs. But it's when you look at your own birds winning, it's not the birds you want birds that are winning. It's not papers, no pedigrees, no pictures. All you want is on that day is when you go into the club, you've took the prizes, and you know on a Friday or Saturday when the birds are coming, you've seen the winners come into your loft. And then all that time and effort you put into them actually starts paying off. So the whole point of me launching my products and bringing it on the platform for everybody is to make it a real fair playground. Yeah, because I'll tell you something now, any members who race on my products, these 4 products here, some of the members have seen a difference next day. I already know they'll see a difference next day. If they give this Sprint Powerhouse, although it says put a 10 ml and 20 milliliter into the water, it's best used on the corn. I'll put 10 ml or 20 ml onto the corn depending on how much corn you're putting in to dampen it. That way nothing's getting wasted, and I put that powder onto the seeds. This avian shield is not a powder you put onto the seeds. This is something you boil into the water yourself. It's like a natural antibiotic. You've got 5 litres of water and you put 1 teaspoon into it, boil it. Once it starts boiling, leave it boiling for 10 minutes, let it cool down. You can give this to all your pigeons, and you might believe I don't really want to start saying too much over the video as well. I'd like the fanciers to see it for themselves. That's why I said if they don't see a difference to all the members of my Fed, I'll give the money back. You can't get any fairer than that, Keith.
Fair enough, Maz, yeah.
Is anybody else who's selling products saying that?
No.
Or giving that offer?
No.
Because I know I've used other products as well. Some are good, some are bad, some are not as good. But you try, don't you?
Yep.
You try, and I've not seen any product come close to the difference what my products are showing. Like George Pearson, he's only used it 3 days ago.
Yeah. Seen the difference already, yeah.
Seen a difference already.
Yeah.
Like, what I could have done was rang a lot more fanciers and probably found out which fanciers willing for me to mention their name than I would have done. Like, there's a lad in Wales who's flying a really good pigeon. Really good pigeon. He's on my products. But he doesn't want me to mention his name, so I'm going to respect that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of the fanciers that don't want me to let others know that they're racing on these products. So it is what it is. I understand. I'm like that myself, which is why nobody knew about this.
Oh,
They knew I was on it, but now it's here in front of them. And like I said, if anybody in Dewsbury Fed wants to buy it, the offer is £110 for all 4, and they're only allowed to buy it once, each member. They're not buying it again, and it's only for the 1 month, that offer. After that, it's going back to normal price.
Yeah.
And then if they want to buy everything individually, they can do. And I'll mention the prices on the website. The price will be there. Everything will be there.
Yeah.
So they can get my contact details, email, everything's there. So it's very accessible. And the beauty of it is, a lot of pigeon men, what I've realised, I might be giving a few secrets away now, they put all the effort in the season. But what I believe, the season starts when it finishes. And what that is,
Ready for next season?
yes, that's when you need to get your birds. You need to put work into them, make sure they have the best amount, best rest, best everything, recovery. You can't expect it to start winning racing from beginning when you've been giving them the worst treatment in the off season, trying to save money, cutting back. I understand some people cut back or whatever, but give them what they need. Once they've come out of that molt, then even I cut down a bit. But when the birds are requiring stuff, don't cut back then. I shouldn't have said that, but I've said it now anyway, so a lot of fanciers will already know that. And that's about it really.
Very
But
good.
have you got anything to say or add to that, Keith? Or?
No, what you've done well, Maz. As I say, I just reflect on our members in our club, and I think I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
When they can go to other clubs and take the highest prizes and runner-up highest prizes, and same in our club, they've got to be good members.
Yeah. Well, let's go on to the next topic then. And the other announcement I want to make is in November, I'll be going to China. And my whole purpose of going to China is I've got 2 booths in an exhibition show in Langfang. And we want to select pigeons from UK, represent UK in China. And not pigeons from studs like myself or other people. I'm putting myself in this as well because I really want to get pigeons to represent the UK that are actually really good and not just pictures and pedigrees. And that could be like if you go on social media or online now or on the auctions, pigeons with 4 firsts, 5 firsts, so many rural are getting £100, £200, a few £100. And just because the pigeon's a grandchild of something, just say for instance, Billy King Kittle, £2,000, £2,500. How do they weigh that up? That's why I said sometimes we need to look at the mirror, because you've got someone, every area's got people dominating. If they could just go to them. But because they haven't got the fancy names, or they might not have social media or these pictures, they're not getting the recognition. And the whole purpose of me starting this thing up on taking birds from UK and going to China, I didn't really need to make a video because Keith knows I've got that many friends in this industry and this hobby that I don't really need to do all this. I could just approach a lot of my friends and everybody else that are winning well with my pigeons and with their own pigeons. And I've also won races with their pigeons, so I know where the good pigeons already are. I could just approach them, but why? I don't want to miss anyone. I want to give everybody the opportunity to get recognised. Even though if they're studs, and their pigeons are not just winning in one area, but several areas, we could take that into consideration and give the birds and the people the recognition.
Well, it was a fact. 60 years ago when I started, what do? People used to say to you, if you want good pigeons, go to your highest prize winners. Go to the top lots in your area.
Yeah.
That's what you did them days.
Yeah. It's just a shame it's gone the wrong way around now. There's that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against people selling pigeons because I sell pigeons myself. Everybody knows that. But what I am against is, why are you selling pigeons that you know are not going to really do nothing? Fair enough, the studs and all these breeding centres and everyone, they've got the money. That's why they've invested heavily and they've bought the birds to sell with the intention to sell. I understand that. But if you got the money, why are you not going out and buying birds? Maybe not with that much fancy names, but with the potential to breed big winners and set lofts up and help people start winning races better. But no, everybody's just going towards certain names and certain breeds and what's happening. Somebody in Belgium or Holland might come up with something. Just say, like now I've got no against Blazing King Kittle or Derby in the bulk because I race his pigeons myself. But for instance, now the limelight is Blazing King Kittle. Before that, it was something else, another fancier. But coming to what's happening now is the studs are buying them pigeons just because they're in fashion.
In my days, there were sticklebacks, Dordins,
Yeah. Them names I've not even heard of before. I've heard of Dordins.
Never heard of them now.
Yeah, I've heard of Dordins, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why are the studs doing that? And some of them are my friends, and they say we've got to do it because they're in demand.
Mm-hmm.
So you imagine buying a bird off a pigeon that's won 2 races. You're buying that bird. The person over here who's bought a direct children of anything, just say, just Blazing King Kittle, because we've already mentioned that, so we'll stick to that pigeon. You bought a direct child of that pigeon. Whoever's buying a grandchild of that pigeon, they're not going to fly it. Are you going to fly a pigeon when you've paid a large amount of money for? I wouldn't. So you put it into your breeding loft. Then what are you going to do? You're going to breed off that with the hopes to raise their young birds. So how many generations away is that pigeon from the main pigeon?
Obviously, yeah. Grandchild.
Yeah. And there's some of my best pigeons in my stock loft don't breed good pigeons every round. If they bred good pigeons every round, I wouldn't need to be going out there looking for other pigeons or bringing in. It's not as easy to go out there and buy a good pigeon. Yeah, and even like myself in my chimney pot line, although touch wood, I have a lot of good success with them and they all are breeding winners. But it's not always guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. Otherwise, it'd be too easy.
Yeah.
We'd know exactly who to go to buy and what birds we need. Like now, I'm looking to introduce some birds as well, and I want to put them into my lines. But what do I do? Where do I go? Now I'm familiar with all social media and all these auctions and everything, and that's what's getting me confused. Because there's that many people buying the same type of pigeons, this person, that person, that person, and then we're racing it against a lot of the members in our fed as well and other club members, and not all of them are doing well. Some are doing exceptionally well, some are not doing too well. And like my intentions are not here to promote my own sales or my own pigeons. All I have mentioned is I will be having entire clearance sales of the old bird team. I've also put my products into the market for everybody and for everybody to try and see the difference for themselves. Because everybody around here in Dewsbury Fed, they know how well I've flown a pigeon here. And not just competing against one club or 2 clubs. If they compare the velocities to all the clubs around here, we have been having like a lot of decent turns, even John Ross has and Matt Nelson, and they're in our area. This is why I want, if them merchants want to get their birds recognised, and I've got the intention to take birds to China, I'll promote them pigeons that are winning.
Yep.
And I'll give them pigeons a chance. And if them pigeons start winning and dominating down here, whether they're in my loft or anybody's loft, they will get recognised. And I would want to go out there and buy them pigeons as well. Would you not want to buy pigeons that are winning, Keith?
No, yeah, buy winners off winners, breed winners to winners.
It's true, isn't it? Obviously,
Yeah.
the merchants understand they're there to do what they want to do and get recognised.
Yeah.
And I'm starting something up here where I will give them that recognition.
Yeah.
I can't really say or be any fairer or clearer than that. Or do you think if there's any better method that or something that we could add to it, Keith, or just to make it more fairer than it already is? My products are here, so I gave half my system away. And the lads that I'm racing against have been racing 40 years, 20 years, 10 years or whatever. So they've got more experience than me. So this has made it a lot harder for me now already. So don't be thinking that I'm challenging everyone to bring the birds down here because I think they can't beat me. But the beauty of it is when they send the birds down here, I'd know which birds to go out there and buy myself.
Mm.
True, innit, Keith? Don't we all want to buy pigeons that are winning?
Well,
So people that are winning even in Ireland, I'll openly give them invitation if they want to send the birds down here. If they're winning in the nipper races, they can't be scared of 4 or 5 members in a club in a little city like Bradford. Dewsbury Federation, only 9 clubs.
Yep.
But the beauty of it is, in our little surrounding area, it's very strong competition.
Yep.
It's not easy to win because the lads we're competing against, they give it their all, 100%. I know that for sure. And if you don't put 100% in, you're not going to win. Because I can remember last year when I had my daughter, and I was not putting 100% in, and the results started different straight away just for that short time of period. So it's not as easy as if you don't put your work in. You need the birds. Touch wood, they stay healthy. Don't get me wrong, even I've had problems in my loft, but that's when I'm slacking.
Pigeon racing 365 days a year.
Yeah. It's not as easy as you think it is, but that's all it is. So in November, I'll be taking birds to China. I need to come up with a name to name that business, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know, birds from UK to China, or with love or something, whatever. So I want someone to come up with a name so I could name it. Because I'm trying to think of names to name it, and it's not been coming in my mind. I thought, you know what, I'll let everybody know in the video, and somebody might come up with something. And believe you me, look, like I think it was in 2024 that Marzi Taylor, that 25 cock, I introduced 2 of them pigeons into my stock loft, and at that time I brought some other pigeons in as well. They didn't do as much as my expectations, but them 25 pigeons, they did really well. They went really well into my chimney pigeons. In fact, that 51 pigeon that's been winning for me a lot of races this year, last year, that's a direct daughter of that son of the 25 cock, paired onto one of my chimney lines. So I'm also trying to improve. And don't get me wrong, even this that Neil Brady in Cumbria, I bought a kit of 10 of him one year, and about 4 pigeons got prize cards. I've still got 2 of them. And I think the direct daughter of the one-eye pigeon, that's got 2 first or a second or something. So I put that into the stock loft because it's a different type of Leo Herman's pigeon. So I don't want to be too inbreeding into my own birds as well, you see, Keith. So it doesn't mean you've got to spend thousands to buy a good pigeon. A good pigeon is a pigeon that's coming home and winning.
Yep.
That's what a good pigeon is. So, and Keith knows how much I've invested and what we've been doing. And sadly, some of the pigeons I've invested a lot of money on, they've not bred me nothing. And I wish they would, because some, like that bulldog pigeon, it's one of my favourite pigeons in the loft. It's still there, but he's not breeding as much. But I'll keep him as a pet, because when you have that little passion for something, you just don't want to let go. So, yeah. Coming back to what we're saying, one of the announcements where we've got an entire clearance sale of the old bird team, and I'll have other birds from my stock loft that I've bred myself, and these are winning pigeons that will also be in the auction. So looking forward to all the people interested in wanting to come down, or if anybody wants to introduce some bloodlines into the stock loft. They don't have to go for large amounts. Whatever they go for, I'll be happy with. I just want genuine people to buy them and race them. And one thing I know for sure, they're getting birds that are winning. They're winning for me in my area. Other people have been winning with them. This is what I don't like doing, telling people what my pigeons have been doing for them, because it's just something I don't like doing. They tell me and I'm happy. Even like this lad, he is a witness. I got a phone call today from a lad first. He won with his first young bird race, and he was over the moon, and he doesn't win much races. And that's what I want. Basically, the whole purpose of inviting everybody down here, send the pigeons down here. It makes sense to send birds in a good location, top fancier, because it's going to get them credibility and recognition. But them pigeons are not going to win down here in Bradford. I'll say that open on live video. All them top pigeons in top locations, they can't win here in Bradford. Reason being, down here in Bradford, the lads go out and buy pigeons that are actually winning in all locations, and it's not easy to race here in Bradford. Hence why some of the members took so many years getting in clubs, and wherever our club members go, they are holding their own. We could say that openly and live, and I think it's a very privilege for me to be even racing against them and having these type of results, what I am getting. And I bring that down to the birds, but I do put my work in, and I do put my effort in, because without that, I don't think even these products will be able to help. because everything needs to align. Your products, the work, and the birds. If one drops, you can't do nothing. You won't get the results. So pigeon racing, it's a sport of love. Everybody enjoys it. It's a place where we could all get together, have a good conversation. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video so everybody's aware that what's happening. We've got entire clearance sale. These are my products. They're ready from today. If they want to, as soon as the video is launched, they're available to buy it, because we've made a lot more in production now, because now we're intending to sell to everybody. Whereas before it was just friends of friends. And I was just doing it on my own with 2 workers at home and just getting on. Now we've got a different place. I've employed more people and we've made a lot more stock. And now we're ready to
Put it on the open market.
Yeah, get it on the open market. Like Darvels will be stocking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I wanted to do was I just wanted everybody to know and try it once, use it once. And even in the off season, I use this every other day. I still stick to the same routine with my race birds, stock birds, everything. And the malt is amazing. Droppings, everything is spot on.
Yep.
Like a lot of people have always come to my loft visits and everything. They've always complimented on the birds. But I've always hidden my products, sadly. Because it's just the way we are, aren't we? We don't want to be giving too much away as well, don't we, Keith?
Well, you've done it now. You've told everybody, so it's up to them.
Yeah, it's there now. It's up to them.
It's
So
up to
yeah, and the guarantee I have given is anybody in Dewsbury Fed who buys them, £110, they don't see a difference. I'll give them money back.
Yeah.
Which other production company is doing that?
So let's just hope it's a successful massive mission.
Yeah. Hopefully, and I'll be getting in touch with other fanciers eventually regarding getting birds to China, and we'll be getting in touch with other federations and organisations trying to give the birds the right credit they deserve and recognition.
Yeah.
And because I could just take my own pigeons to China, Keith.
Yeah.
Because they know how well bred they are, and they probably would sell a bit better because they fancy pedigrees as well. It's true, innit, Keith?
Yeah,
But no,
true, yeah.
if I'm saying in China that we represent in UK, then I want birds from UK and other fanciers actually sending the best out.
You've got 2 families that's doing exceptionally well at the moment. You've got the Dirk van den Bulks,
Yeah,
and you've the Leo Hermans,
yeah,
and they're outstanding pigeons.
true.
Not just for one person.
For a lot of
People are
fanciers.
winning with them in general.
Yeah,
They're
in
good
general.
pigeons.
A lot more other bloodlines I've come across. People have won big races with
Yeah,
them, and
yeah.
every fanciers are trying. And we do hope better bloodlines do come out. You've always got to go out there and keep trying. This is why I mentioned that Neil Bradley's name, because don't get me wrong, every year I've brought a kit in, and I've not seen him come or see the tail light of my pigeons. But that Neil Bradley's pigeons, I think they were going back to that, what that guy called, Spider-Man pigeons. They were not dominating in my loft, but at least they got some prize cards, Keith.
Yeah.
And that's all we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you invest that money on somebody and get some birds, and it was my mate Laidley Simpson who told me about him. He said, try him, because he said, look, I've had the birds and they've won for me. So I thought, okay, then I'm going to everybody else who I'm thinking are really good, but they're pictures again and pedigrees. So I'm just trying to get everybody out of the same place what I've been stuck in, which is you're getting deceived by these fancy pictures and pedigrees and what they're winning everywhere in top locations. And sadly, I didn't do nothing with them. I didn't even get a prize card with them.
Yeah.
But I didn't really go online and say this or that about them, because you can't always breed winners. But certainly out of 10 pigeons, one's going to come through. And you've still got all 10 in your race loft. Do you get what I mean, Keith?
Well, it's obvious.
That's how you judge your pigeons and try to improve.
You don't breed a winner every time. It's like with racehorses,
Yeah,
Nijinsky, Shergar. Every foal that they put out didn't win national.
True.
You know.
Yeah. There's a lot of work that goes behind it.
Yeah.
And it's not as easy as we all think. And I think more or less we've covered everything. And if we have upset anyone or any of the merchants or studs, I'm not like coming to, and it's not anybody's idea, it's my idea, it's always been going in my head. And later on in future, I will let other fanciers know whose birds I'm actually flying. Because I've got to give credit to the person who I've bought them off as well.
I think you've done exceptionally well, Maz. You can talk better than Andy Burnham.
I don't know about that
You'll
one.
have to cut that off.
Yeah, so I think that's about it. And then eventually I'll give everybody credit and let them know what my birds are doing, who they're from. And the same people and studs and merchants that will follow through and send birds down. And I'll like my company's called Herbal Heights. Through Herbal Heights, I'll donate £1,000 towards that. You know, to all the studs and merchants that are sending pigeons down, and we'll get like a trophy or a prize thing going. And whichever bird from an outside breeder or even an inside breeder, whichever birds are really dominating, you know, like not just in the club, but compared to all 7-8 clubs, we could give the prize to that, or we'll come up with something, make it something to actually race for, and it's a fair playing ground.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many fanciers that are testing and racing pigeons for these top studs. I don't want to mention their names because I've got respect for them, Keith. I do love them to bits and everything because they're fellow pigeon fanciers. But how I see it is, they could probably win with fantailers. I feel sorry for all the fanciers in UK that are going to them to buy pigeons. Do you understand? And it's not their fault they're in that location. But when you do research, people tell you that he's got X, Y, and Z club around him, but he won't join them because he can't win a kite.
Yeah.
So who are some of these fanciers kidding? So that's why the whole purpose of doing this, I'm getting rid of my birds in an entire clearance sale. Hopefully Keith will take that up as auctioneering. I've not really mentioned that to him, and that's like a little shock to him. So we'll see how Keith feels about that, and we'll maybe organise it in Bradford. And obviously I could just say we'll take it to another city where my birds are more known or whatever, but I want to keep it close knitted so it's like less stressful for myself and the birds. And hopefully wherever the birds are, the people will do the research and check up on everything, and hopefully we'll get some interested. Whatever the interest is, I've made my mind up. The birds have got to go. Reason being, I don't want these studs or merchants or anyone saying he's already got a team. So I'm already at an advantage now, aren't I, Keith? So I've got no team now. I'm starting from the scratch. And if I'm doing all this, letting my birds go and no studs and merchants come up or come across or they don't follow through, then I just feel sorry for everyone. Because we're just going to stay in this same cycle of thinking we're buying a good pigeon and we're not doing nothing with it. Good pigeons are pigeons that are winning. This is why Keith mentioned all the members and fanciers that are racing in our areas. And if birds are winning against strong competition like this, they must be good birds. And people's birds that are, they are saying they're topping the Nipper, 20,000 pigeons, up north combine 7,000, 5,000, Scotland, Lanarkshire, whatever, XYZ, they are winning. You got to give them that recognition. You can't take it away from the pigeon because it's won the race, and hats off to that pigeon. But if them pigeons are winning in that big competition, certainly they'll dominate here in Bradford. Wouldn't you think the same, Keith?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hoping that they do, because I want to go out there and buy some new pigeons as well. And it just makes life a lot easier, Keith. At least you know you're putting money in somebody's pocket. It could be anyone. But the thing is, you know for yourself the birds are actually winning. They might have won in different areas. Like that's what I said, the fancies I went to, I don't want to mention the names, they didn't do nothing for me. And they're winning for everybody else. But if they didn't do nothing for me, it's because not just my birds, they didn't even beat the lads they were competing against. So do you know, like when you buy a pigeon, and fair enough, like with the hats off to that Neil Bradley, like when I did get told about him and I ordered his pigeons, you're always skeptical because I've had 3 bad experiences in a row. And when you give like £50 a pigeon or somewhat £75 a pigeon, depending on who you go to, and it doesn't follow through, you'd be thinking, just wasting my money here again. But I only went to him because my mate told me, he said, just try him, because I'm winning with him. I said, okay, I'll go by your say, because I know you're a genuine guy and you've always gave me advice on what to do. So, and it worked out well for me. At least the birds did win. And that's all we want. Even my birds are going out there and winning for others, and they give me credit and recognition as well. So I'd just like to close it on that note, and hopefully we've not upset anyone, or if anything, if we have done, I sincerely apologise now. And please don't start saying, oh, bloody immigrants going to tell us how to raise pigeons and stuff. I've heard it all before, but I'm a very friendly guy. And don't use that note to run away as well, because the platform's there for everybody. And for the love of the sport, it is what it is. And the products are there, you can get in contact, and we'll take it from there. And Keith, do you want to say anything to finish?
No, you've said it all. You've said it all, Maz.
You've said it all. On that note, we'll call it one. Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure.